Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Every time I make a move, or if I have a thought, and I do not come out to this network of videos and composition and books and painting and taking notes and writing on the wall and try to find that right moment to where I have not the compassion, but the understanding for things that I have done. Stupid little things like this, okay? Do you know what this is? This was my mother's bird feeders. What I saw in my mother's bird feeders was this little thing here. Looks like a 7. Could be misinterpreted by a 1, and others can see it as a V. There's one on the left, there's one on the right. But in the center birdhouse fed off the 2 on the outside. I condensed 2, one eye in this one eye in this one. You see the V? The V connects 1 and 1 and will create the letter M. If you put 2 N's together, which I did upside down here and here, it looks like a W, in which creates 1 pinion at the top and 2 sides. The 1 and 1 inside the M could be 1V1, same 4, 5, and 6 in Roman numerals. If I can take 4 or 5 languages and mention one word, that word might have 10 meanings to it. This is what I want to talk about first. The first thing I want to lift off is this. If I take 2 of these and put them here, I will crisscross corners in your tic-tac-toe going to world of E and A. You see the way this A is now backwards? You know that funny A that goes backwards? E forward, A backwards, 11 in the center. If I make 2 of these, I have tic-tac-toe. In the first one, it shows you the H or it could be the I. But if we start looking now, where did all this come from? Well, what I did is I created 1 E here and 1 E here. And oh my God, I turned the E this way on this one. And I turned the E this way on this one. If I keep it this way, I have a low V in each corner. But we're going to get into the low world right now. The E and E creates an H and I. 8 and 7. 8 and 7 comes from the 8th letter and the 9th letter equaling to 17 and the queen's cap that connects the 2 sides together. Not only that, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 will give you that answer. The same answer will come out of number 52, which creates the heart, which recreates the earth, which is part of life, which is the 22nd letter of V, plus 52 equals 74, and now creates the Jesus word. What is this? Doesn't it look like Y above and Y below will recreate what you say is tic-tac-toe? It's also part of the snowflake. The snowflake that's not supposed to be the same as another flake, but they're all the same. It's just what you're looking for. This is inside of this. Do you see this part? Which recreates X and X. Do you see the big X that it actually is? It's 1 X with the heart. All I did is put the time clock on each side of this X. What lies on man's shoulders. Not only that, I saw it tonight. It said time clock, and it used the Jewish star. What is this? This is first of all the crosses that are on man's back. It's tic-tac-toe, and it becomes the 4 and the 5. When you create these 3 over here, which in low shu are actually 4, 5, and at the end over here, if I can remember, if this is 4, this must be 6. This is 5. This is part of the Federation, 4, 5, and 6, and the letter M. See the angle? That's the angle we're on. This fits inside of here. This is the bunion head and the 2 shoulders that lie on each side. If you take a close look, Jen Anu said Uranus, okay, had Uranus, okay, was actually set up this way with these over here. But this angle, this quarter moon on each side is actually showing up on the 9 key and the 0 key, where they go 3 blue is creation of 0 of the 360 degrees, and which equals to 1/4. I didn't say it. The plus value, the minus value, here are all our answers. Why? Not because they actually are the answers, but we must use everything that was given to us. And when they gave us this instrument, they called it the keyboard. I guess it's got some sort of key line with it. What do you think? We're going to use it because they gave it to us. So when we use all these elements inside here, okay, we have to show you what the sign is to Uranus, and there were two of them. The second one, I remember hearing Jen-Anu. Did you know Jen-Anu? Jen space ANU, okay? A qualified individual that does what she does. I cannot tell you what she does because it's not for me to try and explain something of what somebody does in which I may make a mistake. You have to go see for yourself. When I put it this way, why is this on the bottom? Because I finished off the formation. Now you can see the equal sign on this side. You see an equal sign here and an equal sign here to something that is more in formation. This equal sign says I am holding up from the neck, the two sides of the head. Here is what I have on my shoulders, which could be the Tweety board. You see the way this goes this way and this way? Therefore, using this in this formation shows you that the 9 is not only over here, but now if we look at the keyboard one more time, okay, that the keyboard shows 0 is on the left, 9 is on the right. 0 is on the left, 9 is on the right. 0 to 9. Okay, now we're going to show you in one more formation. In one more formation, we put the king's crown, which is the queen's jewels, connected to the two sides of creation, formating in one side one mind that lives off of what is 0 to 9, showing the closed brackets and open brackets are on the outside and not on the inside. It's hard to explain this, but I will show you in 60 seconds. The only number you can actually use is 25 and 35 in time. You cannot use any other one. This will be 7 and 8. 7 and 8 becomes the queen's crown, because when you add up 1 to 12, it equals 78. And October is the count of 78, which is the 10th month, and that's the 0 of 1 and 1, 101. If you have 10, flip it up the other way, you have 101. 25 minutes and 35 minutes, 25 seconds and 35 seconds equals to a total of 60, in which reversed is 52, 5 and 2, and this becomes your electric company 53. You cannot reverse any other number without going over 6, 7, 8, 9. There is no 60, 70, and 80 and 90 in 1 second, unless you're going in metric time, which is 90 seconds to the hour. Then we can use another number. In 99 seconds to an hour, we can now reverse it to 54. But here we're working with 25 and 35. This one will equal 23, which equals to 11. This one will equal to 17, which will equal to 11. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 plus 5 is 7 is 17. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8 is 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 5 and 6 equals to 11. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 and 15 is 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 11. 23, 23, 11, 11. 105, the hand of God, or J and E, when we now wrap it up this way. Okay, now I don't know, sitting here by myself, I cannot tell you the whole answer to everything without the actual question, and I can explain to you other letters or numbers that can maximize. 24 becomes the cat. 36 becomes the creation of the cat in the 3 worlds, where you get to use the mouse to find your information. Now we're going to show you different words. One of the designs, what I did to Jen-Anu's picture now, which is down here, is I made it a little bit bigger. Okay, I expanded it, and it ends up looking like the international tractor sign, and also 3's an H, and saying the word church, and also recreating the worlds 11, 11, 11, and H and I, H and I, H and I. At the same time, I want to show you that because we're going 0 to 9, you would go 0.01 to begin, 8.9 to end, minus the first from the last. You have 88 in the world we play, the world of 88. It ends at 53 electric company. The numbers in the alphabet will begin on A1 and Z, 26 equaling to 27 red. But when Y equals Y, because Y is in the I family, you must reconstruct I family inside the Y is after the Z, which is now 27. So 1 and 27, which would be B and G, which would be the beta gateway inside of what we understand better to be the piano keys, would end up equaling to Z and Y is 53. And then you would recreate Y and A, Y and B, and Y and C creates the world. It comes into creation, but Y and B is 29, which open up the I and I world. If you better understand, when Y and Y comes together, you're back to 52 because the piano says Y and Y. But inside the piano, there is no 9 key. And if we did work by 27Y, the 9 key would actually be the B key. So we would have the B key, we would have the B keeper, we would have B and C inside of Y, because after you hit Y, or actually what you get is G, G7, G, then AB would be 7 plus 1 plus 2 would equal to the Y. Follow? Now this is what Jenna New's picture now looks like. That's what it is. This is her picture of Uranus and what it does. 11, 11, 11. Here's the head that was up. Here's the head that was down. We connected what was in the world. Here's your 3. Here's your 3. And because the 3s are together here, you will get 3, 8, 11, 8, 3. Or 3, 11, whichever one you want. But this is not just 11. There's a passage between the 3 of them. You have to add what is in the center different to what is on the sides. The one in the center is alone, and it's a passage for what is on the 2 sides. Even here. So you have 3883, which spells church. U and R, which is 21 and 18, which equals to 39, and part of the Nibiru spirit plan for whatever they're trying to tell us. Now, we always have to remember in Chaldean, what brings the 3 worlds together is 666. U, V, and W, if I'm not incorrect, is 6, 6, and 6. So when you add U, V, W, it becomes 21, 22, 23 inside what is the 16th key, which is the letter P, Q, R. In Chaldean, in PQR, if I remember correctly, P is 7. Am I right? Or is it 5? Q, it could be number 1 if I remember. R is number 2. So you would have 1 and 2 with 6 and 6 inside Chaldean, which gives you 7 and 8. 78 is back to the queen again. And the representation inside 68, which is 6 times 8 is 48, plus 6 and 8 is 14, equals to 62. And the word queen, where Q and U usually stick together, unless it's inside the number 5, where there is no sex, so we don't need to use the Q. And the same way the French market, as cinq, C-I-N-Q, do not use the U in this area. So for the instance, you know, this is your piano. In between is 88 keys. And here are your brackets. E and E, electric company, and your 2 batteries. I'm not sure. I did not further this video, but Raphael 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching what Jenna New has asked, and this is what I saw. Thank you very much. Another thing, Messer, I did understand what you said. The alphabet definitely talks and says something. Oh, 100% for sure. I've seen it. Even if you separate, if you go ahead and separate the A family, which is A, H, J, K, R, you would say, aha, Joker. A family, H, J, K, and R, all in the same family. But because the R represents the S, you get, aha, Jokers. We also know in the word first, second, third, and fourth, this is what we get. First, ST, second, ND, third, RD, fourth, TH, AAE, standard, death. Aha, monopoly. The telephone, the letters combined in the telephone is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And to forsake the number says if I am A, B, C, and I am on the key of number 2, I will multiply 2 by exactly what it is. 2 by A, 2 by B, and 2 by C will give me 2, 4, 6, which actually on the 2 letter will now equal to 12. 1 and 2 is 3, and creation starts on 2, 3B. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for watching. I just wanted to put this up here one more time, and we're going to get a little picture of it, maybe with me inside. and zap. Okay, thank you for watching.